What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Today's video is actually the first video I'm going to be recording on this brand new setup here. I'm running a ultra wide monitor, so it's a little bit takes a little bit getting used to, but hopefully everything looks good. So let me know in the comments below if it doesn't. But yeah, in this video, I want to go over something that I got a hold of. It's actually a little bit maybe of a foreshadowing of what's happening in Raid, potentially in the near future. I want to bring this news to you guys just in case you guys can speculate on your own, but I think there is some things that we need to prepare for, and it's probably going to be coming soon. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, so I want to bring your attention here to the far right. It's going to be an entertainment content survey. Now, to my knowledge, not everyone got this because I didn't get this on either of my accounts, and this hasn't really shown up in very mainstream ways. So it might just be very specific people. Let me know in the comments below if you guys got this survey. But basically, this entertainment survey, let's go over this here. We are conducting a short anonymous survey to gather insights from the community. The focus of the survey is on engaging content, and it will not have a direct impact on your gameplay. The survey will not take longer than 5 minutes to complete, and participation is completely voluntarily. Please note that by the following survey link, valid until January 27th, you will temporarily exit Raid and be directed to a Google form. We appreciate your participation. So with this, it's actually very interesting because when Raid goes out in game, especially, and gathers information, actually in any avenue, whether it be Reddit, social media, or anything like that, when they're gathering information, it's not for the sake of doing, public engagement. It's actually for something in the game, something development worthy. So we have to pay close attention to what they're saying because this could give us clues on what is happening next. So let's jump into the survey here. So obviously this is a legit survey in game and all that. It directs you into this Google form, which is generally the way they conduct their surveys, which is consistent. So we have an entertainment content survey. So let's go through the questions here and let's see what clues Plarium is giving us. Small nuggets of information here. So first, name the faction you'd most like to join, and then they list all the factions. Why are they asking us specifically? Why are they asking us which faction would you like to join? Perhaps they're trying to gauge our general affinity towards, a faction that we like, perhaps. They're probably trying to see what the public consensus is. Maybe there's a fan favorite. I don't know. But obviously a question about factions is very interesting because in game, if you look at things in game, there's actually still one missing banner for the factions. So here we have the one missing banner, right? We don't know exactly what is going to happen with that one banner, but probably sometime in the future, it will show up and be a real faction. All right, so let's move on to the second question. What is your favorite Raid faction in terms of design and aesthetics? Again, they are asking questions about factions again. Again, probably gauging which one is our favorite. Now, this is interesting because, like I said, there is a faction to come. But generally, they provide you with some kind of advance notice before the faction comes because they know that people are, there's rewards tied to completing faction wars, and then obviously putting in a brand new faction is not, not the easiest content to clear if you're not ready for it. So I think this is a way for them to maybe give us a little bit of a heads up on a potential faction in the future. Let's go on to the next question here. What is your favorite game mode in Raid? So this is kind of a general question. Again, getting a sense of where the community feels in terms of their favorite area to play in Raid. Campaign, Arena, Live Arena, Demon Lord, Hydra, Chimera, Dungeons, Faction Wars, Doom Tower, Siege, Cursed City. It's interesting. I mean, for me personally, I think maybe Hydra starting to shine a little bit, but obviously Hydra has been kind of messed around. That's not so fun anymore. Chimera has been kind of meh. Arena's hit or miss. Dungeons could be a thing. Faction Wars, Doom Tower is kind of like, it's very outdated content. They definitely need to spice it up a little bit. Siege and Cursed City. Siege has been like a half-baked idea. Like, I can't imagine anyone saying, yeah, I love Siege. Let's Siege every day. I have not heard that ever. And Cursed City is hit or miss. People complain about its difficulty, but I think, considering the rewards that come from it, I think it's pretty decent. But yeah, so again, gauging the community census on what their favorite game mode is. Question number 4, how do you build your teams for specific challenges? Just use my best 4 or 5 champions, brute force it, Pick champions with the best skills to counter the challenge ahead. Pick my usual champions, but change their gear. Experiment with champions I haven't used before. Hardcore all the way, and intentionally pick epic and rare champions to make the challenge harder. So they're trying to gauge what kind of player is conducting these surveys. You know, try hard. You got people that don't care. You got people that are more specific, like maybe they're more meticulous, more detailed. So again, just a general question here. Number 5, name the boss you could take in a real fight. Now it's getting kind of weird because they're relating it to like real life, right? And they're like, there's so many bosses here that I can't imagine how many people they sent this survey to get reasonable results. Like if you got one result in Minotaur, one result in Fire Knight, one result in Golem, and then, you know, like a little scattering of results everywhere. I don't know what this really tells you. Name the boss you could take in a real fight. I mean, I don't know. You're gonna get some, you know, some troll answers maybe, right? Some meme answers here. Like some of these questions, it doesn't really make too much sense. But yeah, there you go. I guess for me, I wouldn't really know. I mean, I would just say the Hydra, you know, I'll just fight all 3 of them. Why not? Name the content creator with the funniest thumbnails. Now, again, this is, you know, maybe it's reward, right? Maybe it's a reward thing because they did have a content creator reward with the funniest thumbnails, I think last year during the award ceremony. So again, this could be a preface to maybe an award ceremony again, you know, because award shows are so, you know, such a novel idea, right? So, you know, obviously they want to try to do that again. Question number 7, if you could use one champion for the rest of your time in Raid, who would it be? So again, probably another community question here, just general consensus. There's so many champions. I mean, for the rest of your time in Raid, it's, you know, if you only pick one, it's kind of tough, right? Number 8, what's the most satisfying moment you get in Raid? Being a tough boss, summoning a new legendary or mythical champion, completing a difficult dungeon, upgrading a champion to 6-star, defeating a powerful opponent in arena, just winning in the arena in general. So this is kind of funny. Collecting the best gear, being a boss with a unique or unconventional team, other. And then they actually give you a little box here to clear. Actually, that's kind of interesting. To me, I mean, if you defeat some really difficult content, obviously that's a very satisfying moment. Obviously, pulling a new champion is very satisfying as well. Number 9, if Raid Shadow Legends had an in-game dating event, which character would be your date? Like this type of question, I honestly don't know what they're expecting from the group, from people. Like you're just gonna see all sorts of like memes from this, right? Like you're gonna see like, you know, you're gonna see like, I don't know, like you're gonna see like Gerda show up, or you're gonna see like Gerda show up. You're gonna see like War Mother show up. Like, what are people expect? What is Raid expecting you to answer? Like people to answer here, like. Yeah, I guess people could say like somebody like really like conventionally good looking. Like why not? Like, I guess people could say like, you know, Lysandra, like Arbiter, I guess. Like what are they trying to, you know, thirst trap? This is a thirst trap question, right? It's so funny. Number 10, if you could collaborate with any content creator for a Raid video, who would it be? So that's number 10. Again, maybe they're, you know, trying to gauge some kind of rewards like this, or award show. Is actually interesting. I don't really know what kind of angle they're asking with these later questions here. Where would you go if you planned a vacation to one of Raid dungeons? Again, these questions are seemingly kind of, you know, kind of strange, but where would you go if you could have a vacation in one of the dungeons? I mean, all these dungeons are pretty bad. I mean, I would probably go maybe Ice Golem's Peak. At least, you know, you could, you know, it's kind of like climbing a mountain or something, but I don't know. All these other ones look really dangerous. Number 12, what Talarian creatures would make good pets? Okay, Spiderlings, Demon Spawn, Hounds. Where is our Hound, by the way? Frost Spider, Chimera, Celestial Griffin, Hydra. I mean, which one would make a pretty good pet? I mean, the Chimera would be pretty sweet, I think. Frost Spider, yeah, Chimera, why not? Number 13, other than Gaelic, what champion could be a Raid mascot? That's an interesting one. I mean, it's gotta be Arbiter, right? There's no real other mascot I think that everyone can, you know, get on board with. Maybe Arbiter. I would think Arbiter. I don't know who else. Who else do you guys think? Arbiter. I'm trying to think. I'm not really feeling anybody else right now. Anyways, just judging by the questions here, we can kind of speculate on what's happening. So like I said, usually when they do these kind of like, fishing for info from the community, they're actually, developing something in the background. If you guys remember, they actually asked the community, what collab do we want to see? And people were answering all sorts of crazy stuff, like even like crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense. But a lot of them, it was possible. It was possible. And the suggestion that had a lot of backing actually was He-Man. He-Man had a lot of backing. A lot of the community was all about He-Man. And hey, look what happened, guys. We got freaking He-Man in the game. And it was relatively short turnover, like where they asked and then we got it. So I would assume that what they're asking here would lead into something that is going to happen soon. Keep in mind that their anniversary is sometime around March or April. So they might be planning for something in the anniversary time. This could be like community awards or anything like that. But it's interesting that they ask the questions at the beginning, the factions. 2 specific questions about factions, aesthetics, and which one we favor, basically which one we'd like to join, which one we favor. Perhaps signaling which one's the strongest, for example, right? But it's interesting. I imagine that they are probably going to give us one more faction soon. This year, I would say, is probably their big thing. I would say they'll give us a faction soon. And they probably have a couple factions in the pipeline that they can probably put in the game. But now they're maybe on the fence on what they want to put in the game. And now they're probably just asking us to get a sense of what people like. And then they might, sway their decision towards one of the selections that they have behind the scenes. So they probably have a couple ideas behind the scenes, and now they're just narrowing it down, and it's going to come down to what the community says. That's what I think. That's what I think personally. So I would expect a faction within the first half of 2025, but I would expect them to give us maybe like, 8 weeks notice or something. They'll give us some notice. And then this question, I would imagine that they're probably going to allocate resources towards a certain area of the game. So I would recommend that if people had this survey, they would answer this truthfully so that they probably, give additional focus into it. This one, they're just gauging what kind of player you are. Maybe they want to focus on certain quality of life to help people, in these certain areas. And then bosses, maybe just trying to, gauge which boss we care the most about or we like the most about. Content creator stuff, I'm not too sure about this. I mean, this could be a award thing. Or maybe, maybe they have something in the background where they want to do something with the content creator. I don't know. Something like that. And then, obviously favorite champion, satisfying moments. So again, gauging what is important to the player base, what they care about, what they want to give the players experience, obviously. And the dating app, this is really strange. This is really strange because you're going to get a mix of results, right? Like I said, you're going to get War Mother, you're going to get Gerda, and then you're going to get some people with like answering truthfully, right? You're going to get people answering truthfully. Like, actually when I think of like really like scandalously dressed champions, it would be Sylar. Sylar is, that's something else. Anyways, collaborate. I mean, it's, affinity towards a content creator that you like, for example. Vacation, that doesn't, it's which dungeon you like the most, maybe. Talarian creatures would make them cool pets, blah, 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 right? So anyways, it's an interesting survey, and honestly, I think that they're actually digging. They're probing for some info from the community, and I think it's going to sway them in making some decisions for their development coming up. So anyways, hopefully you guys found this video informative. Just a little bit of little extra tidbits of speculation from me to you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think is going to happen. What is the deal with this random survey? Do you guys think that my speculation is correct? Do you think I'm totally off base? What kind of ideas do you guys have in mind? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, have a great day. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know in the comments below how the video looks and all that as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.